Summer can really feel daunting, and this time of year can be especially crazy with all of the things going on with school ending and graduations and, just everything that's happening. And your kids may be feeling it too. You may not be ending the school year in the best way possible. The structure of school is fading away, and suddenly you're left with everything to juggle, right? Like having to work and the meltdowns and screen time battles and kids being bored after 2 weeks and sibling spats and all of it. And the pressure to make memories may feel like, what are people even talking about, right? If you're parenting a child who's wired differently or whose needs feel really intense, the summer might feel less like a break and more like a marathon. Even if you're juggling work and childcare and all of that, and some of the things are the same routine, it's still a lot. It's a change of seasons, and sometimes we have a lot of expectations of how great we want it to be, and then it seems to fall flat. So let me offer you a little bit of encouragement, some ideas for you to use in your days coming ahead. So first of all, I just want you to know that structure, it helps to really calm the nervous system down. It's super important. Even just a few predictable routines can help a lot as you go through summer. It doesn't have to be super structured unless you're working with me in my coaching program. Then we'll go over how structured it needs to be. But just think about, on Mondays, maybe that's the day that you go to the library, and on Tuesday we have tacos, or whatever there are. You're going to want to kind of have some routines around maybe the morning schedule, and when you guys get projects done, and outdoor time. A set time for snacks can help a lot. Otherwise you have kids just kind of eating all the time and asking for things all the time. So just think about places where you can add that routine and a little bit of structure, and that can just really help to calm everybody down. Even if you're traveling, going on vacation, I really recommend that you have some structure in place, that you tell the kids what you're doing that day to the best that you know. Remind them that you're gonna, have some things that will be the same, like we're gonna eat lunch, we're gonna do this and that. But I also want you to know that when you have a plan, it automatically puts you in charge, and it helps the kids to relax because they don't have to figure everything out. You're also going to want to make a weekly rhythm. So you're going to want to have a daily schedule with some routines. And even, like I said, even if part of that is that they're, with somebody else, that you have it structured on the times that you're home. The weekly routines might be, like I said earlier, going to the library on Monday, and on Tuesday we're going to go to the water park. And I had one family that for the summer, every week they went to a different park in the area and had a picnic, and they just had one day a week that they did that. It doesn't have to be rigid. It just has to be enough to shape to help decisions, to help you to kind of know what's going on, and to just lower the just boredom, or also just the anxiety about what's going to happen next. You want to really prepare your child for the change that's happening. We don't do this as much with summer as we do with school. So we do a lot of prep when school is going to start. We might even take kids to the school, they meet their teacher, we get school supplies, all of that. But do some prep like that for the summer. Like, we're going to have the summer, and do some family brainstorming about what they might like to do, and some of their ideas might be outrageous and might not be possible, but still just take some time to write those things down and to brainstorm together. Like, what are some fun things that you want to do? What responsibilities do we need to do? What things can we get done this summer? You could set up like challenges, like a reading challenge, or something that makes it fun, and but also gives them some sense of like there's still order in the world, right? I really like using a visual schedule. I like countdowns and timers, and countdowns not as much because I feel like parents get more involved in it, but timers are great. We're gonna work on this project for 20 minutes, or we're gonna set the timer. We're gonna do 15 minutes of reading every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, whatever it is, right? Also, when you're taking them to different places, like give them some preparation about that. We're gonna go to the park. There's gonna be kids there that and some kids that you don't know, just let them know what's happening. The transitions are a lot easier when you have that kind of preparation. They're not caught off guard. So even giving those warnings before an activity that they really like is ending, like, hey, in 10 minutes, we're going to be leaving the water park. So what's one thing what's one more slide that you want to go down, or whatever it is, and help them to make that transition to when things are done. You might still have a meltdown, but I promise you it will be easier as you build in those expectations and the routines of what you're doing and giving them that preparation. I also want to encourage you to build memories this summer. And those memories don't have to be huge things like, this is the summer that we went to Disney World or something. You want to build memories in small ways. So it could be, a popsicle party on the back porch. It could be, that you learned a new card game, and you taught everyone that came to your house that card game. Could be that you had a certain routine at bedtime, and then that took 5 minutes, that maybe you either went through your good thing that happened, your bad thing, and something where you helped somebody, whatever it is, right? You're building memories of what it was like to live in your house, and those little things go a long ways. They're really actually magical moments, even when they don't feel like it, even when it's like, oh, we did this, but it was terrible, but the kids look back and they remember that later. It's so important. Above all else, I just want to remind you that you don't have to be perfect. You just keep showing up, and with a plan, it helps to show up, and permission to kind of pivot when things go sideways. Just remember that not everything has to be done at once, and that we can take it slow and easy, and the more structure you're able to put around that, the easier it's going to be. If you need more help with that, you want to talk about it more, please contact me. You can message me in comments here. You can go to my website, parentingchallengingkids.com, and sign up for a free consultation. Especially if you're thinking like, there is no way this is going to help, sign up for that consultation. Let's talk about it and get you the support that you need this summer. I'll talk to you later. Thank you.